Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you? I did get your
Oh my gosh.
email, Tashina.
Yeah, it's
So,
so embarrassing. It's not
nope,
me.
you're not alone. And you have a lot going on.
Okay.
So, can you meet at like 2:15 today?
I'll do anything you want.
Okay, so
I really
2:15.
screwed up. Yes, ma'am. Writing
2:15,
it down right now.
click the office hours button. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And then Annie, same with you. I noticed you logged on at 9 a.m. So do you want to meet with me at 2:20?
Yes, please.
Okay. Does that work for your schedule?
Yes.
Okay, 2:20 is going to be Annie. Perfect. And then I think I noticed, I think it's you, Annie, who was on, you logged into the OneNote. Maybe you did too, Tashina. I'm not sure.
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So Annie, did you?
No, I didn't know either.
Or Ruki, did you? I'll look right now. I don't know why I'm guessing. I'm playing a game that's not very fun right now. Anyway, it's fine. It's new to me, but I was going to show you something if it works. Oh my gosh, my dog must have ran upstairs because I hear him outside my door whining. They're not allowed upstairs. And they don't come upstairs unless my door is shut because then I can't see them. And they think they're real
Oh,
sneaky then, right? Because my kids are up here.
yeah.
Everybody does school upstairs. And so the dogs are very sad when we're upstairs all day. So the dogs are like, seriously, you can't do it downstairs? What's the problem? Okay, Tashina's here. I just saw Danessa. Who else did I see? Lily. I see Matt. I see Ruki. Josh. I see Zevi. Just let Zevi in. Annie. All right. So far, so good. Excellent. But I'm going to look and see if I can see who logged in to this because I'm just curious. Oh, yeah. Ruki logged in and Lily logged in. And Tashina, you must have clicked on it at least once.
I've gone through everything
On
100
one.
times to make sure I know what I'm doing.
Okay. No, that's fine. So on OneNote, I'll
Okay.
show you from my perspective, but as a teacher, mine's going to look weirder than yours. So, and then you can see, because some of you might, it's not required, but some of you, it might really help. Or you might just like it better. I don't know. So good morning. Good morning. Is everybody so excited that it's Monday morning? Yeah, I am. Your weird math teacher is back. Just when you thought I couldn't get weirder, my last class was like, what is happening right now? So yeah, some of you have known me a little bit longer and it still doesn't matter. I just get weirder and weirder. It's all right. I appreciate it. I think it's a great day. We're going to do our Mindfulness Monday activity in just a minute, but we're still missing like 3 people. And my biggest pet peeve is when they come in the middle of our mindfulness activity because it goes like ding dong, right? And makes a noise. And we're trying to be all mindful. And then all I hear is a doorbell. So annoying. So we're going to pause to see. Good thing I didn't start it. Okay. But I'm going to share a doc with you. Oh, but I'm so tempted not to do it because I feel like some of you will be doing it during my mindfulness activity. I suspect you would. Okay, it's okay. Our mindfulness activity will be very quick, so I'll hold off sharing it with you. Okay, so now we're just missing Brady. Okay, 1 second. I'll get it all ready for the chat, but I won't quite put it in yet. Okay, so let me share my screen. Not that one. Okay. I went to a professional development on Friday. It was amazing. Amazing. It was so good. Usually I don't like them. Usually they feel like a waste of my time, but this one was so good. It was a professor out of the Ohio State University. If anyone knows the Ohio State University, her name was Jasmine Brown. She is phenomenal. And it was just a great, great conversation. So I was very appreciative of that. So I think that's awesome. Can you see my screen, my iPad screen? Yeah. Here's a nice quote from
Yes.
Lou Holtz. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. I don't know what you think of that quote. I thought I liked it until I thought about it. And then once I thought about it, I was like, first of all, I'm not sure where his percentages are coming from. But also, we all come from a certain perspective, right? We all have our own bias and our own place that we're from. And I think, oh, well, maybe nothing bad ever happened to Lou Holtz. So I don't know much about his life, but I was like, sometimes it seems like a lot more than 10% stuff happens to me, right? Or happens to certain individuals or groups of people, right? So I'm a little concerned by this quote after I chose it. But I do love part of it where how we respond to things is important because no matter what our circumstance, the way we respond is still a choice, right? So I do appreciate a little bit of it, but now I'm deleting this quote just in case you're wondering. So if you've ever done that, sometimes you read a quote and you're like, oh, that's a good quote. And then you read it later and you're like, wait, no, it's not. Or you just read who it's from and you're like, well, no wonder that's their opinion, right? So I was thinking not when I picked the quote, but then when I thought about the quote, I was. So, Mindfulness Monday. Okay, this is going to be one that's a little bit different for you. You can turn off your cameras if you want. It's going to be 2 minutes. I figured out how to set my timer on my phone. It's actually a lie. I figured out how to tell Siri to set a timer on my phone because remember, I just switched to an iPhone. So I really don't understand where the clock is anymore. But I know I can talk to Siri and Siri fixes it for me. It's my solution right now. But I want you to do this and you can turn off your camera to do it. But if you can see this on your screen, when you have a stressful moment, sometimes deep breathing helps, but sometimes this might help. So you're going to reconnect to your 5 senses. So think about 5 things that you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Okay, so it's going to be quiet for 2 minutes while you do this activity. Okay, begin. All right, that's the end of our 2 minutes. Some of you are like, there's no way that was 2 minutes. That was like 10 minutes. What is happening? It's amazing how long 2 minutes seems when it's quiet, right? I know. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's quiet at your house, but so that was just an activity. Did anyone notice like 5 things that they didn't think they could see from their wherever you are, whatever room you do school in? Like for me, I opened my blinds today and it's just gorgeous. Like I can see all the trees and I have a bottle brush tree that's blooming right now. So it's just beautiful. And I just, when I don't open my blinds, I don't see that. So I really appreciated that. Was there anything anyone noticed from that mindfulness activity? Maybe something they saw or touched or heard or smelled or tasted? Matt.
Uh, my room is right next to my mom's office. She's like right over there. And she's on the phone with my aunt, her sister, and they're both extremely loud. And when she like laughs or she something in the car, when she's on the phone, it scares the absolute crap out of me because she's so loud. So I can hear it right now.
Now, when you heard her, were you like, "Oh
Right.
my
Yeah.
goodness, bring it down a notch," or were you like, "Her laugh kinda makes me laugh," because I think that's funny.
No, it pisses me the hell off. Sorry. But yeah, it just God, it scares me. I feel like it takes 2 years off my life every time she just all of a sudden laughs. She laughs like a crow. I'm sorry. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, I was gonna say she can probably hear you over there too.
She's busy gossiping about my other aunt. So, yeah.
Anyone else? Tashina?
I have a couple bird feeders I hung up in the trees out front probably a couple months ago when I still had energy. And I was sitting here and realized, wow, I could hear like a lot of birds out front right now. So the dogs must be inside the garage and they're not chasing the birds off because I have a lab who likes to chase them off. So it was actually really nice and kind of peaceful while listening to it. So
Yeah, for sure. Nice. So that idea is sometimes we just don't realize what's around us because we're making too much noise in our heads, right? Of everything that's going on. So this is a way that you could do this anywhere. Have you ever been waiting in line and you're about to have a heart attack because the person in front of you is completely insane? Yeah, or taking too long. This would be a great one to do. Just 5 things you can see, right? 4 things, right? And all the way down to 1, just give you instead of always counting to 10, because counting to 10 does not work for me, just in case you're wondering. Okay, good. So that was a nice little mindfulness activity. Remember, I told you they'll be different every week. Some of them you'll like, some of them you won't, but it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to share I'm going to put a doc in the chat for you. You can start on it if you want, but you'll have to make a copy if you want to edit it. If you don't want to edit it, that's fine because you just write on paper. Or if you have a whiteboard, this is not something you're turning in, right? This is just something we're going to work through in class. Okay. So, but the doc is in the chat for you. And then I want to show you a couple things. I'm going to stop sharing this screen and share a different screen because I'm not sure you're aware of something. So first of all, let me find it. Okay, so can you see like our Canvas course homepage now on our screen? Yeah? I know I distracted you because some of you are still accessing the doc right now. Okay, is everybody okay? I'll give you a minute. This is just our home screen in Canvas. Okay, so over here, have you ever clicked on any of these items on this virtual classroom? You can, they're clickable. Yeah, so where it says course announcements on this page, you can click that. And guess where it takes you? To my course announcements. I know, it's crazy. Yeah, it's okay. And notice when I updated this, this is usually updated by Sunday at the latest. I try to get it done on Friday and then it never happens. So it's updated by Sunday. So had you seen this, you would have said, don't forget your office hours visit. Some of you did, didn't you? Oh, it was at 8 o'clock this morning. If you are one of those people, I made some appointments for this afternoon with a couple people in here already. So if you would like to make an appointment with me, please privately chat me and I will make an appointment with you for this afternoon. This is a one-time deal, right? The other thing is the tutoring center has Saturday hours now. So exciting. They've never had them before. Like these are our MCC tutors. They're 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They're still virtual as of right now. But you also have brain fuse tutoring that's 24/7. So if you look on the left-hand side of your Canvas screen, you have one that says MCC tutors. Then you have another one that says online tutoring. Those are different. Okay. And then math club kickoff meeting this Tuesday at 3 o'clock. They're talking about the science behind Interstellar. Did anyone see that movie, Interstellar? Yeah. So Professor Kevin Healy is going to be presenting on the science. He's amazing. He's an astronomy professor at MCC. He runs the planetarium when the planetarium's open. It's not right now, but amazing. So if you can, the information to join is in there. But the other thing I put in here is I put in your assignments that are upcoming for the whole week. So if some of you are worried about missing assignments, this is a great place for you to check. Maybe Sunday night before you go to bed, map out your week, right? And then you wouldn't miss office hours in the morning. Whoops, it's okay. So your office hours assignments due by tonight. So make sure you have a visit, you fill out the form and you upload it. Due by tomorrow is this more percent applications practice. Now, let's say you're busy tomorrow night, but you're not busy tonight and you want to get that homework done. There's no penalty for doing it early. You can do it early, no worries. So the one I don't want you to do early is the quizzes activity. Because we're going to do that in class on Wednesday. But the percent assessment review, you could start anytime. And then on Thursday, we have a quiz. This is what is different. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, this quiz is probably unlike any math quiz you've ever had before. Okay, and this is how it's going to work. We're going to start class. I haven't decided exactly how this first part's going to work. I think I can put you all in your own breakout rooms. I think by yourselves. I'm going to give you the quiz. Yeah, it's 3 questions. I know it's crazy. 3 questions. They're all percents. They're application problems. You're going to have several minutes. I don't know what that means right now. I'm thinking 20. Okay, to work on the quiz. When you're done, you're going to call me to your room, right? You're going to click the ask for help button. I'm going to come to your room. You're going to explain one of the problems to me. Tell me how you solved it. Tell me your answer. You'll do all 3 of them, right? So then when we're finished with that, then you are going to take that document and upload it to Canvas. So you're going to be graded on your written work on the 3 problems. And then you're also going to be graded on your explanation of the one you explained out loud. Yeah. So it's kind of part an oral exam, part written. Yeah. Sound weird? Yeah, it's a little weird in math, but I promise you, I've done them before. They work out really well. Okay. Usually students are like, wait a minute, let's do this every time. Because they usually get higher grades than they would if they just took a quiz, right? So it'll be a new experience for some of you, but I think it'll be good. Any questions on what the quiz is going to be like? Okay, but now you know where this document is. And then the last assignments you have are, there's a reading quiz that's really easy. You can look at it whenever you want. And that literally, if you check the box, you get the point. That's it. And then the other, you're going to have a mini lesson to do. Those are both due by Sunday. Do you see those? Now, Is there any other event happening on Sunday, February 7th?
Super Bowl.
Okay, it's called the Super Bowl. You may have heard of it. I don't know. Some of you may be watching it, some of you may not. So what I don't want to happen is for you to forget those assignments. Yeah. Could you do them anytime you want? Are they open now? They sure are.
Yeah, do them before you drink.
Just do them before Sunday, February 7th at 11:59. I don't care when you do them. I just need them done before then. Yes. So if you want to get them done now and be like, Shh, it's not just Super Bowl Sunday, it is Super Bowl weekend. That's fine. Right? Whatever works for you. So you could have everything done except for your percent quiz. Thursday after class, your percent quiz, you uploaded it, you're done. See you Monday. Sound good? Okay. So, and what's nice about this document is I have our old announcements linked to it. So if you ever forgot something, I said something in an announcement and you need to go back and revisit it, you can look at it. It's just always there. Okay. So this document will be updated all the time. Where else can you access this document? Right here on the left-hand side, you can click announcements. There's only one announcement. If you click on it, it takes you to the exact same place. There they are in Canvas. Okay. So I tried to put it in several places. Now, some of you may have clicked this button called Class Notebook. Did anyone click that yet? Okay. So I don't know what it's going to look like for me, but just so you know, it'll look different for you. Okay. Mine's loading right now. I think you can see that. If you've never clicked it, go ahead and click it. It might ask you to log in with your MEID and password, but this is free to you through MCC. Okay, and open your class notebook. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm opening our notebook. This is where I teach from, okay, on a daily basis. So when you first enter, it might give you a little tour. It might ask you questions, whatever. Like I said, mine's going to look a little different. You can see like Tashina, Lily, V, and then Marty, who's in my other class, and Ruki are all listed here. You won't be able to see them, I don't think, when you go into your notebook, but I can see them because I'm the teacher. But here's where the information is that you want. It's called Content Library. And here's all my old slides, right? And so like the document I just shared with you today, you can also get right here. It's called Percent Practice. It's right here. And I can put it, you can make a copy of it and put it in your own notebook, or I can put it in your notebook electronically. I'm just not quite sure how yet. And then for those of you that like OneNote, you can actually write on here. Okay, like with a mouse or a stylus or type or whatever. So if you like this better than just accessing it through Google Docs, I'll try to put it here too. Okay. And I'll see how I can push stuff out to you. But see this collaboration space? I can put a document in here and then we can all write on it. So it's another option, kind of like a Jamboard, but a little different. Okay. All right. So if you want to use OneNote, if you've never used OneNote before, it's amazing. It's a great tool. Okay, so now back to that document that I shared in the chat. Did you start it yet? You're supposed to say no. I was listening so intently to you that I could not start on that, right? Just kidding. Okay. But I'm hoping that you're able to do those problems. I'm going to give you a couple minutes. Okay, now notice at the top, it does say show your work. I think some of you are going to be like, wait a minute, what? How am I supposed to show my work? I did it in my head. Well, here's the unfortunate part. I cannot see inside your head. So you might just want to make a little note of what you did so you can explain it if you get called on. Does that make sense? Okay, I just have to find your faces again. My computer screen decided to hide you. Oh, there you are. Welcome back. I feel so much better. Okay, so Try these problems. If you finish quickly or when you finish, can you type your favorite cookie in the chat? I've been craving cookies today. I think I'm going to make some after class. My kids would love that. I already did make chocolate chip waffles for breakfast. I know, mom of the year right here. My son, my 16-year-old, texted me yesterday at like 8 o'clock at night. Can you make waffles for breakfast? I have no idea why, but so that's what I made for breakfast. So, weird. Type in the chat your cookie when you're done. If you're not sure how to do it, try it anyway. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I only have one cookie so far. All right. I was getting distracted by all the cookies. It's okay if you're not done. How many of you need a couple more minutes? All right. That's totally fine. I am getting hungry with my cookies. I'm going to make boring chocolate chip cookies, I think, today. But that's okay. Boring is fine. It's just because they're easy. I have a tub in my fridge of it. So there you go. Oh, double chocolate with mint. Now, I could put candy canes in my chocolate chip cookies. Have you ever done that? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I've done it a few times for my friend.
Yeah, it's pretty good. My husband hates peppermint. So if I put peppermint in the cookies, he won't eat any of the cookies. So sometimes that's my strategy. And then I make an extra batch with no peppermint. Yeah. Well, not all mine because of those pesky other things called children, right? I have to make, so since I have 4 kids, I'm sure some of you who come from larger families can deal with this, that as soon as I make cookies, the kids come down and the first question, pretty much with anything, if I put out strawberries, if I put out anything, is how many can we have? Right? Well, that's a math problem right there. How many cookies did I make? How many of you are there? Right? Do the math, figure it out. So my kids were doing that math very, very young. Strawberries was a hot commodity in our house. And strawberries aren't always super cheap, right? And I had 4 kids. I don't eat strawberries, just so you know. So I would put out strawberries. And the first time I did it, I didn't even think I would have to say, don't eat more than your share, right? But I did not put that disclaimer on there. And one of my children ate like 6 strawberries. And I was like, what? And then one of my other kids was like, I didn't even get any. And I was like, what just happened? So from then on, they were really little. I put them out and they were like, how many can we have? And so that was a whole game. Let's count how many strawberries there are. And there's 4 of you, because my husband was always at work, right? And so it was, how many strawberries do you get? Usually I put out 12, right? So then they would each get 3 strawberries, which was very exciting. And then if I would put out an odd number, that was like hilarious math day. Like they were like, what are we going to do with this random extra strawberry? Right? Or 2 strawberry. What do we do? Do we cut them? Yeah, it's a super fun game. Try it with your friends. Maybe your anti-math friends. Who knows? Okay, so let's go over some of these. Now, here's my disclaimer. I'll say it already. I'm gonna go by volunteers until we go by voluntold. That's when I don't get volunteers. Then we do voluntolds. Okay. So volunteers first. So if you're worried, volunteer for an easy one that you know, right? Okay, Matt wants to go first. I can see it. Okay. Can you guys see my screen, by the way? Okay, Matt's going first. Matt, explain this first one to us.
Okay, so I wrote it out if that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one you just put for the fraction column. I'm doing number 2, like the 15% one.
Okay.
So just put 15 over 100, and then you just simplify that down to 3 over 20, and then you have your answer.
All right. And how about the decimal?
Just take the 15%, and then move the decimal point 2 places to the left, and you will have your decimal.
Nice, which is really dividing by 100, right?
Right. Yeah.
Excellent. How many of you agree with that answer? Give me a thumbs up, a party hat, something. Yeah, excellent. Nice. Okay, and Tashina, I think, did you want to do number 1? Okay, Tashina, go for it.
Okay, so wrote it out. You guys probably can't see it very well.
Yeah, we can. You're good.
Okay, so it was a decimal that was given, and in order to make it a percentage, since the 3 is in the hundreds place, I need to move it 2 spaces to the right. So in doing so, it gave me the percentage of 23%. And then in order to change a decimal into a fraction, you would, in order to convert it, excuse me, not change it, convert it, you place the decimal over its place value. So since has a hundredths place being the 3, then you'd put 23 over 100, and then you would divide 20, or if you needed to simplify it, you could then simplify the fraction. But in this case, you don't need to. So 23 over 100 would be the fraction. Did I explain it correctly?
You did it perfect. Give her some
Okay.
thumbs up, class, party hats, something. Yeah, I know.
Sometimes I'm talking and don't know where we're going with it.
No, you did perfect. V, thanks for the party hat. Josh, thanks for that thumbs up. Tashina, did you see him? Look at your reactions. Okay, nice, Lily. Some of you are like, I gotta find it, right? But you can just do this. Like this is legal too, right? Like you can just do that. That's fine. Okay, now we don't have to go in order. If we have volunteers for other ones, you totally can. So who else wants to go?
I'll do number 4.
I'll do number 3.
Okay. Oh, so let's do Lee do number 3 and Josh will do number 4.
Okay, so for number 3, what I did on my phone was that I multiplied 1.09 by 100 to get 109%.
Okay, and how about the other way?
For the fraction, I put 109 over 100, and when I was doing all the math, I figured out that 109, I think, is a prime number, so I don't think it can be deduced any further.
Nice, I agree. Did anyone write it differently though? Did anyone write 109 over 100 differently? It's fine if you didn't. Zach's shaking his head. What'd you write, Zach?
I put I put 1 and then 9 over 100.
Yeah, that's totally fine. That's equivalent. Perfect. So was anyone worried about that one when they saw that 109 over 100 that like, oh, that looks bad. Yeah, it's called an improper fraction. There's really nothing wrong with it, but when you were in probably 2nd or 3rd grade or maybe 4th grade, your teacher tortured you and said, don't ever write improper fractions. Please always make them mixed numbers. I don't know why. 109 over 100 is fine. Like Lee said, as long as there's no common factors, numerator to denominator, it's simplified. No worries, but either is acceptable. So if you have a question in more, just make sure you look at what format it's asking for. If I ask you a question on a quiz, I will tell you, right? And usually I will accept either one. So you're fine.
Yeah.
And we can have percents greater than 100, right? We talked about those the other day. So anyone have any question on that one, on that 1.09? All right, Josh, you're up.
All right. So for number 4, I'm going to just start from the left and move to the right. So for that one, you're going to want to put 4 over 10, and then you're going to want to simplify that to get 2 out of 5. And then for how you get the decimal point, you're going to want to move the decimal point over to the left, I believe. So you get 0.04.
Okay, does everyone agree? Tashina?
I got the wrong answer, if that's the right answer.
Okay, what'd you get, Tashina?
Well, for my fraction, I got 1 over 25, but that's because my decimal, I have it as 0.04.
Yeah, that's what
So,
Josh
I'm
has
not
as
really
his decimal.
Yeah,
But
so
Annie,
I
I think
usually
Annie
struggle.
agreed with you, Tashina.
Okay.
Yeah,
I usually struggle when it comes to the fractions. I can move decimal places really fast, but once they get to the fractions, I have to slow way down. So
I think it's
wasn't really
totally
positive
fine.
on
So
that then.
Annie agrees with Tashina. Does anyone agree with Josh? Oh, Matt says he agrees with Josh. So they both can't be right, right? So we have to figure it out. So let's look at this one right here. 4, how would I read that mathematically? Which place value is the 4 in?
Hundreds.
It's in the hundredth spot, right? So instead of 4 over 10 right here, it should be 4 over 100. Do you see that? Because it's a percentage.
Okay.
Yeah. So instead of 2 over 5, it would be 1 over 25. That's a super common mistake. Just so you know, super, super common, because if it was this decimal, 0.4, that would be 2/5. But the percent that is 40% instead of 4%. Yeah. And I think sometimes we just go too fast. So here's a perfect example. Let's say that was a quiz question. It's not, but let's say it was. And Josh was explaining it to me, and Josh got the decimal correct. And then Josh was explaining that 4 over 10 equals 2 over 5. I would just ask him a question and say, do you agree that 4 over 10 is the same as 4%? And see what he would say. And usually when I ask questions, students pause and process it again because they were just rushing and they made a silly mistake. And then they go, oh, no. That would be 4 over 100, which is 1 over 25. And then guess what? I give you credit for that problem instead of taking off the points like if you were just doing it paper pencil, right?
That's nice.
So I actually subliminally told Josh to make that mistake so then I could explain that. So thank you,
Gotcha.
Josh. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Josh.
And here's what I really like is Tashina's like, wait a minute, I got a different answer, but I have no idea who's right, Josh or me. Right. So, and we had people that agreed with both. So you're never alone in here. Right. Okay. How about the last two? Any other volunteers we have? Somebody I haven't heard from, maybe somebody who's actually secretly nervous about it, but I'll walk you through it and then you'll be all practiced up for Thursday.
I can do it.
Okay, I'm ready. Danessa, was that you?
Yeah, so it's the 0.215, right?
Yep.
So to make it a decimal place, I moved the decimal 2 places, which made it 21.5%. And then to make it a fraction, I just put 21.5 over 100, but I wasn't sure if I had to reduce it or not.
Good question. So 21.5 over 100 is correct, but it looks weird because it's a decimal in a fraction. So we don't usually leave it like that. So did anyone else fix it so it didn't look like that?
Yeah, to make it a whole number over to make the top number a whole number over the bottom number, I just moved the decimal place, but that means I had to add a 0. So it's 215 over 1,000, which I was like, I know this simplifies, but I just stayed right there.
Okay, so good. We're on our way from the whole class.
Okay.
We're going to get to the final answer. So 215
Okay.
over 1,000. How would I simplify that?
You divide it to see how many times it goes into itself, correct?
Okay, or you can see like they both end in a 5.
Yeah.
So probably they're both divisible by 5. Did anyone get a simplified fraction there? Be brave. It's okay if you're wrong.
23 over 200, but I didn't calculation.
Did you say 23 over 200?
Yes.
Is that what you guys got? 23 over 200?
I used the calculator.
So it seems a little weird that it would be 23. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I can see 1,000 divided by 5 is 200.
43, sorry.
Ah, there we go. Okay, good. 43 over 200. That seems a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Remember we talked about the Desmos calculator being your new best friend? Look, if I do 21.5 divided by 100, just like Danessa said she did, and then she was like, I don't know what to do with that. Look at this magical fraction button. Boom. 43 over 200 right there on your Desmos calculator. right? That's free that you can use whenever you need to. Now, what if you don't have that? What if you have this calculator right here, right? Anyone have a graphing calculator? Anyone in here have one? Okay, so if you want to do it on that one, I'll show you, I'll tell you the buttons. Hit 21.5. First, turn on your calculator. Mine was not on. Hit 21.5 divided by 100, and it gives you just that 0.215, right? But now, hit the button that says math. Do you see that button? Hit the button that says math, and then the first choice says FRAC, fraction. Hit enter, and then hit enter one more time, and it should say 43 over 200. Yes? Yay! Lee said it worked. V said it worked, I think. Anyone have a different calculator? Very nice, V. Anyone have a different calculator that they want to know if it does it on theirs? Because believe it or not, it'll even do it on this baby right here. On this $10 little calculator, it'll do it on there. Everybody
I have
okay?
that Wabbit app.
Yeah, it should work on there too.
And so it's the TI 83
Yep.
is what it pops up and looks like. So it actually looks kind of like a scientific calculator, I guess, even though
Yeah.
it's my phone. But I just can't figure out where the button is that that simplifies it
So
or converts it, from like say a decimal, or in this situation, from one fraction to another.
yeah, so did you type in 21.5 divided by 100 and hit enter? And then it should say 0.215. Now there should be a button on the left-hand side. It'll be the third one down that says math. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Hit that button, and then a
Okay.
menu will pop up.
Yes, ma'am.
And the first choice says fraction, or it says FRAC. Hit enter. Just hit enter and hit enter again. Does it say 43/200?
Yes, ma'am.
There you
Works.
go. That's your fraction.
Thank you.
I know. Success. We have to cheer our little successes. Okay. Last one. 7.5%. Who's going to do it? Who haven't I heard from? Zach, Lily, Judith. Who else? V, Annie, Zebby. There's a lot of you.
I'll do it.
Okay, I'm ready. V.
So I can't even explain it. Okay.
Just tell us what your paper says, or you can even just hold it up.
So I did 7.5 times 100, and it gave me the decimal 0.075 divided by 100. And then to do the fraction, I got 3/4.
Oh my gosh, my screen is going crazy right now. All right. Do you know how you got that fraction of 3/4?
I just did it on my calculator.
Okay, so
And-
what'd you do on your calculator?
I'm trying to go down to see where. It took a lot of tries, but eventually it gave me 3/4.
Okay. Did anybody get the same answer, a different answer, or anything?
I got 3 over 160.
Ooh, 3 over 160. Anything else?
Yeah, 3 over 40.
3 over
Oh,
40.
3 over 40? Okay, V, are you changing your answer to 3 over 40?
Nope,
Yes.
I got 3 over 40. I did the wrong input.
Okay, absolutely. It is 3 over 40. If you get messed up on pushing buttons on the calculator, you can do it the long way. This 5 is in the thousandths place, so it's 75 over 1,000, right? So you did that on your calculator, or if you just divided the top by 25, I do not know why my iPad has decided to jump around. 75 divided by 5 is 3. no, sorry, 75 divided 25. That's supposed to be a 2 right there. 25 is 3, and 1,000 divided by 25 is that 40. Or the Desmos calculator will get you the answer. Or I did have someone in my last class who said, I know that this is 3/4. So if my place value is shifted 1 to the left, that would also mean I divide by another 10. So instead of 3/4, it would be 3/40. So some people might make that mental math connection. Okay. All right. So hard, easy. Good job, Zevi. Sorry, I didn't see it in the chat fast enough. Everybody okay? All right. So if you look down further on this worksheet, I have more information down there, right? I have what looks like a picture from a textbook. That's exactly what it is. Okay. It's a picture from your free math textbook on here. And we only have these 3 problems right now, but I want to go back to our slides and you'll notice that I have the same thing here. That's why I gave you that handout. This textbook or idea or percents can be done many different ways, but you've learned all of this before. So you probably already have a way that you do these problems. I want you to just take a minute, if you didn't already do it, try this problem. Find the answer to what is 30% of 150. So find the answer, but more importantly, do you know how you got the answer and why you did what you did? You could use that formula I have right there, but then you're going to have to remember it on the quiz because it's not going to be there, right? So what is 30% of 150? All right. So Ruki spoiled it, just in case you're wondering. She told the whole class. It's okay. Ruki was just trying to help you out. She was just trying to make everybody feel better and make sure everybody knows what her answer was. So Ruki, good job. So Ruki, how did you do it? Can you just tell us what you did?
Yeah, I multiply 0.30 by 150.
Okay, so you changed the percent to a decimal and you multiplied it by 150.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And that gave you that 45. Excellent, which right here, That's what this is, this percent divided by 100, that's changing the 30 to 0.30. Did anyone do it differently? Even if you did it like mentally, can you explain what your mental math was? I know not everybody did it the way Ruki did. Somebody did it
Mental
different.
math was like dividing 150 by 3, if that makes any sense.
Okay, but if you divide 150 by 3, you're going to get 50.
Yeah.
And that's not our answer.
Yeah, and it stumped me, so then I had to do it with a calculator instead.
Okay, so I love that your idea of doing some mental math, and it's possible. Did anyone find 10%? Sometimes that's a strategy. Did anyone do that? Does anyone know how to easily find 10% of something? It really just moves your place value to the left 1. So 10% of 150 would be 15. Yeah, do you see that? Okay, so then if I have 10%, I can just multiply that by 3, multiply that by 3, because then I'd have 30%, right? 3 copies of 10% would give me 45, because 15 times 3 is 45. So that's a way to do it. Did anyone do it differently? Did anyone use an equation? Do I have any equationers in here? Like it's called direct translation. So you take each one of these words and you make it math. So when it says what, you put a variable. When it says is, you put an equal sign. When it says 30%, you write it as a decimal. And then of means multiplication, and then 150. Did anyone do it that way? Maybe that's the way Ruki was doing it. I'm not sure. But direct
Yeah, that's what
translation.
I was doing it that way because it looked like our homework the other day.
Excellent. That's totally a way you can do it. Any other ways? There's another way to do it. I know you're like, why? Why is she showing me all of these ways? Because I don't know what makes sense in your head. So let's just take a look. I'm going to put a box around this way just because in the middle so you can see that this is a different way. So has anyone ever seen 2 fractions set equal to each other like this? Anyone seen that before? Yeah, that's a proportion. I have 2 fractions set equal to each other. They're cross products right here. Let's be equal to each other. And if you can set up a proportion, they're all solved the same. You multiply the 2 numbers in the diagonal and you divide by the number that's left out. So you multiply 30 times 150, and then you divide by 100, which is exactly what it is, by the way. 30 times 150 divided by 100, you'll still get the same answer of 45. If you're going through these slides later on, you're going to be like, why does she have so many slides? Explain each of these methods for each of these problems. I go through all 3 of the problems for equations. Then I go through all 3 of the problems for direct translation. Then I go through all 3 of the problems for proportions. So if you slides there, you can totally do that. So I want you to try. So there's an example. I want you to try this problem, even though I know you already know the answer. Write down the math that you would do. Then there's one more after that. So try both of those and you finish them quicker than the other one. All right, so let's talk about this first one. We already knew the answer, right? 45 is what percent of 150? What did we know the answer was?
30.
Yeah, 30. Some of you are like, duh, it's the same problem. Hope she does that on the quiz. All right. So, but how did you do it differently? Our answer is 30%. We know that. But how would your equation or your setup or whatever you did look different? Matt?
So I used your box thing, this thing that said percent equals. So I did it, but like my Zoom box of everyone on the side cut off the part where it says times 100 to find the final answer. So I did 45 over 150, and I'm like, okay, I got 0.3. It has to be not. It has, it's obviously 30. So I'll just move the decimal point 2 times to the right. So I did that. I'm not entirely sure if that'd be a universal thing, but that's what I
Yep.
did.
Yep, it will be. It will always work. So move it 2 to the right. That's the same as multiplying by 100. So good job. And sorry, is it better now? Is it
Yeah.
less cut off? Good.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, good. Did anyone do direct translation like Rookie did on the last one?
I'm not sure what that means. What do you mean by
So
direct translation?
basically, you look at each part of this and you just make it a math sentence. So when it says 45 is, you write 45 equals. And then when it says what percent, you put a variable, and then of means multiplication, and then 150. Let me look at
Here it is.
yours. Yep. Very nice. Perfect. Yep. That's exactly what you did. So you used direct translation. So when you do that, I want to get this x by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides by 150, and I get that x equals 30. You could set up a proportion where you say, this time we're looking for the percent, and I just need to make sure I put the 45 in the numerator and the 150 in the denominator, because 45 is the part and 150 is the total. And then I will multiply 45 times 100 and divide by 150. Any way you do it, you should get 30%. Okay, how about the last one? This one. 22 is 4% of what number? So this time we know the part and the percent, but we don't know the whole. Anyone do that one already? Okay, I'll give you a few more seconds. Okay, who's got the answer on this one? My screen did. Hopefully it didn't make you dizzy. How'd you do? There's some quiet people in here.
You divide the part by the decimal.
So you're gonna do, where's the decimal?
0.40 because that's
Very nice, because it's a percent, and when we're working with percents, we make them a decimal. And when you did that, what did you get?
55.
55. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes you're like, I don't know if that's the right answer or not the right answer. You can at least estimate and think about it logically. If 22 is 40%, if I double that, if I double 22, I'm going to get 44, and that would be 80%. So it should be bigger than 44, but not gigantically bigger than 44. Does that help you estimate? You could still do direct translation, 22 equals 0.4 times x, because then when you solve it, you'll still get the same thing. That's this formula. Or you could use a proportion. This time we have over 100 because that's our percent. Where would the 2 go? Would it go on the top of this other fraction or on the bottom? And how do you know? Ideas? Should I put the 2 on the top or the bottom? Okay, if you think it should go on the top, give me a thumbs up. If you go on the bottom, give me the scared face. Josh is all over it. Josh is the only one voting. Okay, thank you, Josh. It's going on the top. Why would it go on the top? It is the 40%. Do you see that? It says 22 is 40%. So it should go on a line that's even with the 40%. It would only go on the bottom if it was the total. Okay. And then we solve all of these exactly the same. We multiply 22 times 100 because those are the two numbers on the diagonal. And then we divide by the other number. Now, you notice that none of you are talking about the proportions, keep bringing them up over and over and over again. There's a reason. For me, that's the easiest way to do it. And the reason why, I don't have to convert back and forth to decimals and percents. Notice that my 40 is just 40. And when I get my answers, I never have to convert them. They're just the answer. So for me, proportions are the way to go. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm just giving you another tool in case you need it. Okay. All right. So like I said, I got lots through all these slides, right? If you need to review it, you totally can. It'll totally help you. What I want to go down to, we didn't get to some questions, but that's okay. We'll do them for a warm up tomorrow. I don't know why that link's not clickable, but that's okay. For tonight, your office hours assignment is due tonight. Yes. I think everybody now made an alternate plan who missed my office hours. So that's good. But remember also assignment that's due tomorrow night, you can start on that. You can start on the rest of the assignments for the week. The only one I ask that you not do, which I think I have, it's not even available to you, but I'm not sure, is the quizzes activity. So don't do one yet. Okay. Otherwise, try your exit ticket. If you have questions, stick around here. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to do your exit ticket.
Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye, Matt.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Bye.
Have a good day.
See you, Josh.
When can I do the office hours?
Did you read your email?
I saw your message. Yeah, I was just making sure if it was today or tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do it tomorrow morning. That's what you said works for you, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye, V.
All right. See you later.
Bye. See you, Zach. Sometimes they're so fast and disappear. I don't remember. Can't find them.
Thank you, Mrs. Clausen. Appreciate
Yep.
it.
See ya.
And
yeah.
I got the last question on the ticket wrong,
Is my
Same
answer
here.
wrong?
but I'm pretty sure I got it right.
Okay, let me look. My answer could be wrong. Sometimes when this is the first time I've been able to put in these answers. So let me see.
It's all right.
So Brady, while she's looking it up, did you do 36 divided by 130?
Yes.
Yeah, and you got 27.69
Yes.
or point. Okay.
Okay, and
I was
did
just
it
seeing if
say
that was-
anything on the exit ticket like round to a certain decimal place?
No, and then it said the answer was 30.
Yeah.
Hold
It
on.
did? Brady.
It
Supposed to be on my
said,
team.
it said the correct answer is 30.
Oh, that's weird. I will look
Did it
at
say
it. Hold on.
round? Because
No, I didn't say round or anything like that.
okay.
I'm looking right now.
No. And so Ms. Clausen, you want to meet at 2:30 for the office hours assignment?
Yes, that's perfect.
And how should we meet? Would that just be like,
Click on the office hours button in
oh,
class.
great. Awesome. Makes
Yep,
sense.
and your answer is correct. I don't know why it was weird on here.
Okay.
I obviously typed in the wrong
Okay.
answer, but I don't know how.
That's fine. It's all right. Thank you,
weird.
though.
Makes me feel
Appreciate it.
better.
I'll see you at 2:30.
Yeah, no worries. I'm
Right.
glad that you guys asked because I could see both of your faces. You were like,
What?
yeah. So that's
Well,
good.
thank you, ma'am. I'm not good at math, so I know if it's not right, then it's probably not right. But that felt good to know that I was right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
well, it's weird because sometimes I thought I set up the key and it's not. I know exactly what happened. At 36 is 30% of 120. I bet I changed my number at the last minute because I didn't want you to have to round and then you had to round anyway because I never changed the other part. So it should have been, yeah, because how would you answer that? I'm going to correct it right now. And we'll say 27.7%, and I will say round to the nearest 10th.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yes, see you later. Good job,
Bye.
Lily. I should have just
All right,
left
thank
the
you, ma'am.
answer
I'll
and
talk to you later
changed
on
the
today.
question. I should have just left it what I thought I wrote the question was. All right, see you later.
Bye, ma'am.